Hello, class. We've learned all these sequences that you see on your page there in front of you, but there is a particular order that we're going to do them in. Remember, if our parent function is y equals f of x, our transformations are going to look like this. Y equals a times f of bx plus c, bx plus c being in the parentheses, and then d. Now those vertical shifts are d. The horizontal shifts are the ones inside the parentheses. Those are our c. The reflection about the y-axis and the vertical stretching and shrinking, this is a. And then this one, oops, not the y-axis. This one is A. This one is B, and this one is B. We don't do this one very often. Now we're not going to do them in alphabetical order. What we want to look at is the order of operations. And when we take the order of operations, we're going to work the parentheses first, and we do multiplication first. So anything that's our B, this is going to be 1. Then we're going to add our C inside the parentheses, which is the horizontal shift. And then we're going to take this reflection or the stretching that's vertical, and that's going to be the third thing that we do. And then the very last thing we're going to do is that vertical shift. Now there is a little bit of a cheat that we can do. If we're given some we're still going to be doing this y equals a f bx plus c plus d. But if we can do that by just manipulating some of the given points. If we're given some key points of our parent function, and those will be given in x and y, and we have a, b, c, and d that are going to do the transformations, what we'll do for the x is we're going to take that x value, divide it by b, and then subtract c. And the y value will multiply by a, and then we'll add d. And that will give us all the transformations at once. So let's do an example of this. Just by looking at this, I see that A is negative 1/3. B, there's no number here in front of it, so it's just 1. C is 1. And D is negative 2. What all that means, if we're going to do that in the order that we were given, we will take B and do that first, but there is no transformation with this one. No transformation. And the second step would be to apply C. So C is that plus 1. That means that we are going to move it left 1 unit. Third step is our A, or second step, our third step, because we didn't have to do anything with the first step. So the next one is A, and that's negative 1/3. So there's really two things that's going to happen. It's going to reflect because it's negative, and that's about the x-axis. and it is going to have a vertical shrink and that's going to be shrunk by 1/3. And then our last thing is our vertical shift, and that's going to be the D, which is going to move it down 2 units. Now the easy way to do that is that X minus B, or divided by B minus C, and then A Y plus D. So our key points are going to be the ones that are given here. The -4, 0, and -2, 4, and 0, 0, and 2, -2, and 4, 0. Did I get, yeah, went into the next one, but that's all right. We'll live with that. So dividing by 1, we'll keep that. So this is, that's dividing by 1, so I don't have to do that. But then I'm going to subtract C, which is 1. So -4 minus 1 is -5. -2 minus 1 is -3. 0 minus 1 is -1. 2 minus 1 is 1. And 4 minus 1 is 3. On this one, I'm going to multiply it by A, which is -1/3. And then add a -2. So 0 times anything is 0, and that's going to be -2. 4 times -1/3 plus -2. Hold on. Okay, so when you do this math, you're going to get -10/3. 0 times -1/3 plus -2. We did that one just above here, so that's -2. 2 times -1/3 is 2/3 plus -2 is going to be -4/3. And then once again, we have that 0, which is going to be the same as it was before, -2. So these are our new points: -5, -2, -5, -2, and then -3, -10/3, -3, -3, 6, 9, 10/3 is about here. And then -1, -2. And then 1, -4/3. It's about here. And then this one is 3, -2. Right there. So we'll get that in that shape. This one is a curve. And then this is a straight line segment. And that's a straight line segment. So that is my transformed figure. Let's go, well, let me pause that for you. And let's go to the next one. Okay, there we go. So we're going to have, this one, it doesn't give us a graph. So let's go ahead and put that graph on there. We've got f of x, our parent function is x squared. So x, y, let's do -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. This squared is 9, then 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, and 9. And let's put those points on there. 2 is at 4. And that's a lovely little parabola. That's our parent quadratic function, if you remember that. And then we're going to, the first transformation that we're going to have is that we are going to shift right 1 unit. So that's our first thing. And then our second one is that we're going to stretch it and we're going to do that vertically by 2. And that last thing, then we're going to have a shift up by 3. But I can also do this, x divided by b minus c, a y plus d, and come up with some key points. Do I have enough room? Let's pull that up a little bit. There we go. And b is 1, so that's dividing by 1, which we don't have to do. So it's going to be x minus c, and c is -1, so we're going to be adding 1. Right? Subtracting a -1 is the same as adding a 1. So we're going to take -3 plus 1 gives us -2. -2 plus 1 equals -1. -1 plus 1 equals 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. And 3 plus 1 is 4. Then over here, we're going to take y and multiply it by 2 and then add 3. So we're going to take this first one is 2 times 9 and add 3. So we're going to have 18, 21. Then we're going to have 2 times 4 plus 3. So 8 plus 3 is 11. And 2 times 1 plus 3 is 5. And 2 times 0 plus 3 is 3. And then we do the same, 5, 11, 21. So these are going to be our key points if we can put those on the graph, but -2, 21 is off my graph. And -1, 11 is going to be way up here. It's very skinny. And then 0, 5 is here. And 1, 3. And then 2, 5. And 3, 11. So our transformed quadratic looks like this.